Hello students, we're gonna glaze your fish today. I've got 4 colors for you to see and to pick from. Some of them will look a little bit different after they go through the kiln, so let me show you what they are. This one is lime green, it's called melon. It will look like this fish. There is orange, it will look orange like this fish. There is yellow over here. It will look like this yellow. And there is this right here. It's turquoise, which is blue-green, like this fish. So I'm going to use orange. So I'm going to move these ones out of the way because there's only one glaze cup at your table. And when you start glazing, something I would like you to do is to make sure that we don't get glaze on the bottom. So this is all the part, if I were to set it down, that touched the table. So I'm gonna make sure not to put glaze on that part. So when I'm holding it, I'm gonna hold it in my hand, and then I'm gonna dip my brush in, and I'm just gonna brush it a little bit. I'm being careful not to get it all over the metal part. And if it won't go into one of your little designs, then just get a little extra on your brush and kind of drip it in there. Now, another place that I want to be careful not to get glaze would be on the eyes and on the teeth. So let's go around this way. And I'm thinking to myself, the best idea is to make sure that I go around the parts that I don't want glaze on. So I don't want glaze on the bottom, I don't want it on the eyes, and I don't want it on the teeth. So let's do this part here so you can see that I didn't get any on the bottom. Now, let's go around the eyes. Usually I'm holding it in my hand when I'm doing it. So here, I'm just gonna take some glaze and I'm just gonna kind of brush it right around the eye. Get a little more, just kind of brush it right around the eye. It's helpful if the brush is a little bit wet when you're trying to do that. And I might be able to help you just to make sure that we don't get it on the eyes. So you gotta kind of turn it. Be really careful because these eyes are kind of close together. Drip it in there, right here. I am going to get it right here on the lips of my fish, but I'm not going to get it all over the teeth. So this part you can see I've got to be really slow and steady. Don't go too fast. And I got to turn it and go right here next to the eye too. So don't go too fast. Now we don't want it on the teeth either. So here, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go around that line that we made for the mouth. So here, go around this, but I'm being careful to leave my teeth white. Turn it around. And that's what we want. We want to go around the bottom, around the eyes, and around the teeth. Now the rest of it, I'm going to glaze. So now that I know what not to do, I'm going to do the rest of it. So here I'm going to hold it in my hand, and I'm going to brush the fins. If it won't go down into one of your designs, just kind of brush it a little bit and drip it in there. You can see this part does go faster. That's why you can take plenty of time when you're going around the eyes and the teeth. Don't forget that your fish is two-sided. So I'm going to go around the tail. I don't want to miss any spots. So once I do this side, I'm not going to do that until the end because that's where my thumb is so I don't get glaze all over my hand. I got to do this side. Once I do this side, being careful as I get closer to the eyes, I slow down. Do the top of the fin. Drip it in, like it won't go in there. I gotta drip that into that design. Do that side of the fin. And then once I do this, let's do the tail too. Keep in mind that I'm doing this faster than I want you to do it. You've got lots of time. Now I'm going to do this fin, because that's where my thumb was, holding it. I'm going to go underneath it too. One time is important to get a good coat on, but we're going to do it 3 times. So at this spot here, it would be okay to set it down to let it dry, and then I can glaze this little part here where my thumb was, because I don't want to get glaze all over my hands. Let it dry. Once it's dry, then I want you to do it a second time. When it's dry the second time, then you're going to do it a third time. We're going to just pretend I should let this dry a little bit more, but look at how I'm holding it. My fingers are right on the inside, and then I'm just holding it with my hand on the inside. So when you're ready to do the next coat, do the same thing. Just kind of go around those eyes. Don't get any on the eyes. Go around the mouth. Don't get any on the teeth. But look at how slow and steady I'm going. And then you want to go around the bottom of your fish too. So right here, this would be the bottom. Go around this eye too. And the second time you do it, probably will go a little bit faster. But still, don't go so fast that you get any on the eyes. We're gonna pretend that mine is done, because I still have to do all of this right here, and make sure not to get it on the bottom. Gotta do that all a second time. Now, if I have time, I will put a little black dot of black glaze on the eye for you. If I don't get a chance to do that during our work time, I will do it after class. So then you can have, I'll show you what this other one looks like in a second. So this one, I'm just gonna glaze that side, and we're gonna turn it around, and I'm just being careful not to drop it, okay? So let's move over here. We'll pretend that side is done. If I don't have time to do it during our work time, this is what I'll do. So like you can see, this one has a little black dot on the eyes, but the outside part, this part here, is left white. So that's why we're not getting any on the eyes or any on the teeth, because then the eyes stay white and the teeth stay white. And then I will just put a little black dot of glaze. I'm not gonna put this at your table, but when I have a moment, I'll use a really tiny brush like this, and we'll just put a little bit of black glaze on the eye to make that really stand out. So that's probably something that I'll do most likely after class, so that we don't run out of time, because I want to help you with glazing the other stuff. But I think they'll look great. Take your time. We're not getting glaze on the bottom, on the eyes, or on the teeth. And we want to put it on 3 times. So we put it on once, let it dry, put it on twice, let it dry, put it on 3 times, and let it dry. If you ever need to set your brush down, you can see that I just set it on the table. I don't want to lean it on the cup because it could spill the cup. So if you need a break, you can set your brush on the table, just don't lean it on the cup. And if you're letting your fish dry, set it down, let it dry before you put it on the next time. Let's have fun working on these.